Hey everyone, Jeff Saari from Jeff Saari Coaching. I led a company retreat for 34 employees last Friday, and it was beautiful to watch them work. And in the afternoon session, I did two things. I had them as a collective look at their strengths and then envision the upcoming short term, what would be helpful for the company. So I'll tell you how I did that. And you can use this idea in your team building or retreats that you have in your company, or even in just some of your team meetings. In the strengths component, I wanted to have them take stock in what they're proud of, what they're doing well, who they are, what that strong position is together, and to articulate it, come up with words, phrases, pictures. So what I did was a World Cafe, which is a facilitative technique where you put paper and markers on a table, and you break your company into groups, and you have a question in the middle of the paper, and then they can draw, doodle, draw arrows, but they can also converse, dialogue as they're talking. So it's a one way to inspire dialogue, and then to record even visually in pictures what you're trying to convey for the question. And this exercise, the three questions I had them cycle around on were, what are the strengths of the business? What are you particularly proud of in the business lately? And then what is the business doing well, right? So I want to have them step back and take stock in all of these ways that the company is thriving, the company is strong. A lot of us get so focused on what's next and what the problem is and what the issues are that we forget that we actually have a collective impact on each other, and that the business has a collective impact in the community. And that's just really good business to entertain as a collective, as a group. I do it with individuals as well, and that's always fun. But to do it with a big group is pretty awesome. And so they reported that standing back and seeing these 80 terms, 80 things that people were talking about was nice to see. And that actually, as the way the exercise goes is when you're done 10 minutes at one table and you move to the next table as a group. And so you get to see what other people before you have written, and that inspires more dialogue, and it's really, really interesting. So they were able to take stock in their strengths, and that was awesome. From there, what I wanted to do is look at the short term, 6 months to a year, of what the vision might be for the company. In any aspect. It's really a brainstorming experience, and I call it, I wish, I want, or I wonder. Okay, so I wish we could do this, or I wish I could do this, or I want, or I would like this to happen, or I wonder if we can or could or will do this. So I wish, I want, I wonder. And why I did that is because it's easy for us to say, to frame things in the negative, like, oh, this isn't working, so we need this, And I wanted to keep people in this generative, strengths-based, forward-looking, positive momentum. And so framing it in I wish, I want, I wonder, it definitely brought up some challenges, but it was framed in the positive, right? So it's not a command that we have to do these things, but it's really a generative approach to building a vision, a shared vision. And so, gosh, about 80 to 100 things came out, which then were prioritized, and it's really awesome. So what you want to do with that then is take it and choose 3 or 5 things that you can actually realistically work on in the short term, so that people's collaboration actually gets traction in the world. So they trust too that their voice is being met and that it's being worked on by them or subcommittees or other teams or the whole business. And so it's just good practice. So that was awesome. It was a wonderful time, and I'm totally proud of the work that they did. And I know that you could do that too. You might find use for this, and that's why I'm doing this video. So if you like it, let me know. Let me know how it goes. Post your comments, post your experience if you actually have done this or want to do this. Let me know, and always I'm available to help facilitate this as well in your company. So post a comment, share it with someone else, and we'll see you next time.